Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have another super hot day in the shop. We're going to be doing something that I have never done. We're going to do a radium double pumper 450 Walbro install. So here we have our radium kit, double 450 Walbro. I actually only had one in when I first got it, and I put the secondary pump in there. So we're going to be putting this in, and this funny looking thing goes down in the tank, which you have to install. I think it goes this way. Yeah, we have to install this in the tank, well, one piece at a time. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to come to the back seat here, which I've actually not yet taken out. So gotta give them a hard tug. I got the cap off to get to the fuel pump. There's a little clip that you need to pop up. Just pop it up. That comes right off. Hasn't been started in a long time. Actually, I ran it pretty low with fuel. I think there's actually under a quarter tank of fuel. So I did that on purpose. So we got our fuel return line. Pull that off. It's gonna leak some fuel. It's not a real big deal. Just gonna push those things aside here. You have your sensor up here, tab on each side. We'll get this sensor, unplug that. And this has got a little clip. Just take the whole thing out. Just take the whole thing out. This side. And then there are 6, it looks like 8 millimeters. All right, so take the 8 millimeters out, get those out, those 6 little nuts. All right, so now that we got that out, the fuel pump's gonna pop up here, and we have this little ring we're gonna save. I'm gonna put down here, save it later. And then, I'm actually not sure how this goes out. Alright, first of all, we're going to take this O-ring off. This is O-ring. Do not forget this with your new fuel pump, or you will be asking for trouble. When you fill it up all the way, it will literally leak fuel everywhere. So, don't forget that. Now I should be able to pull this out. Of course, this is Alright, so there's a little line that goes into your tank. Make sure you take that off, or you will not get this fuel pump out. Don't break your fuel sensor. Alright, so we got our stock fuel pump hanger out, and we got some of the stuff for the radium bottom pieces set out here. When you get your stock fuel pump taken out, you have to pull some parts off. You get your you have your fuel temp sensor right here, and also you have your level arm and your whole piece here. There's a little, this one just pulls right out. There's a little tab right here. You just have to do that. Push up, and it should come right off. And then there's another little clip here. So these come as 2 different pieces. So we have 2 different pieces. We're actually gonna have to clip these wires on both sides, and I don't know if I even have the tool right now. So we're gonna have to clip these and run them to another plug. These are the plugs that they give you. Here we have this is our fuel sending unit, our new one. It's for your level, and this is for your temp sensor. So we have these little clips here, and we're gonna solder them on here. We're gonna get rid of these clips, solder those on here, and then they'll plug right in both sets. So we're gonna get these all soldered together. have our temperature sensor here that we can plug in. Come to this side here. There's a bracket here on the side of it. I'm actually going to take this off. Just be easier. So your bracket sits like that, whatever hole you desire here, or wrong, like that. So it sits like that. There's this right here. There's here, 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 and here. So your temperature sensor, it's got these little square ends. It sits like this. So they want you to take a zip tie and go down and back up. And then you put that in there. There, I got one of them. Grab another. Alright. I got this one in here now. There. Just chop this off real clean. So that's the way that's supposed to be. Now we're gonna install this back on the bracket. Just made it easier to slip the zip ties through. Alright, so we got that. So we got our sensor installed here. Now we're gonna put this on here. I believe it just goes just like the stock one. Right here, it just sits down, straight down. And then you pull this little lever up. Could be wrong. Might be a little harder than the stock one, that's for sure. There we go. It just clips down in there. So we have this. We have that hanging. Those go into there, obviously. So, but it's time to put this in the car. So we're gonna grab all this other stuff here. Put one of them in first. There we go. As long as you don't drop one of them in here. So, as you can see, it's kind of not so fun to do, but it's definitely doable. Put 1/2 in at a time, and then you just kind of rotate it until that don't even look like it fits. We're gonna do this. So we're gonna rewind here. We're gonna go ahead and take the fuel sensor piece out and the float here. So we're just gonna set that aside here. It's gonna make our box so much easier to assemble. Alright, so we got the box in there, it's assembled in there, so now we're just gonna kind of move it kind of to the side here. We're gonna make sure there's nothing on there. So we're gonna take our sending unit now, or our float, just kind of fish it in there. And we're gonna put that in there now. The reason I took that out, I'll show you in a second here. Let me get this pulled in. So the reason why I took this little sensor bracket off, if you look down right here, the way that sensor sits, there's no way I would have got that in that hole without it, or with it being in the way like that. So I figured I'd just take the whole bracket out. It's easier. You can just set it on its side and pop it right back in place. Like, it literally didn't take me but 30 seconds but to pop that back in its place. Alright, so first things first, now that we got the sending unit and all the plugs sitting here, first things first is make sure we put this back on. So we're gonna go ahead and slap that on before we forget here. There. So that's gonna go on there real nice and tight. Now I'm gonna get these plugged in first. Okay, so brown and blue wire are your level sensor. Go ahead and plug those in, both of these, and then you have your temp sensor. So this should be interesting. So you take your box and just push it down, I believe here. I'm not really sure how this is gonna fit in here. I think it goes this way. I'm not entirely sure here, actually. Well, I also need to grab your little hose here, and this has to go on there. Now that I'm covered, I can't even see what I'm doing. There, I think it's all the way on. Alright, if you can see that, you get your hose on. So now there's these little dimples here. There's one on each side. I want to make sure there's nothing on that. Okay, so now those dimples line up with those little ball pieces on the side. Almost positive that's it. I hope that's it, but that's where it's going. This nice double pumper in there. I'm gonna put this ring back on, which the ring literally makes it look ugly as shit. Alright. So in order for this ring to fit, it looks like you have to take this little cover off here. This is for your sensor. And then you should be able to, hell no. There we go. Alright, there. Now your ring is in there. Put a little bit of, well, I use dielectric grease. Just makes it easier that we don't rip any of the gaskets. I think this just goes, it should just go right back in there. So yeah, there you go, slips right in now. So, and then to hold that down, we have our little bracket that we took off. So that's just gonna slide in here. And there you go, there's a fuel pump. Fuel pump's installed. Now we have, I was gonna say, where is our sending units? So this is what we're gonna be chopping up here. This is our wiring harness that we're gonna be chopping up and putting a bunch of different stuff. They have it taped together, it looks like. So, well, and then we're gonna get in here. This is gonna be where we pull it out from. This is gonna be the grommet that goes through here, and then we're gonna run our wires there. Actually, we're gonna stop the video here. It's getting pretty late here. We finally got the fuel pump in, so I'm pretty sticky, hot, and totally ready to go home. So we're gonna end this video here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll be doing more EVO stuff.